Hello, hello, this is Atlas Leaf, also known as Doc, and we're continuing a Let's Play of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and we're in the Water Temple, and we just defeated Dark Link. We conquered ourselves, and were rewarded with the Longshot. So let's get back to it. We just used Song of Time to open up this narrow passage down, and we finally reached this snake-like room on the map that's been always kind of ever-present as a curiosity so far. And we have this. Atlas, be careful. Don't get swallowed by the vortexes. A serene but rapid waterfall and a river sliding deep under the ground. So let's be careful and not get trapped by the vortexes. We're quickly pulled along. But a tactical use of the boots will protect us from the current. Here's another spider. And definitely what looks like a treacherous location. Doing my best to keep clear of the vortexes so I don't get swallowed up. Ah, and here's a fairy. And it looks like a recovery heart, or maybe it was arrows. Didn't quite see there. We'll see if I can not get swallowed up. Uh-oh. Oh no! Wanted to check around this corner to make sure there was no spiders, but I think we're in the clear. We're already starting to use our new tool. And here's a small key. And what's interesting is this feels like we're so deep underground in this winding tunnel, but we actually come out here in the whirlpool room with our stone dragon friend. It's amazing how this whole giant cavernous water temple all interconnects. And we've actually really been walking through it pretty quickly. So we definitely know there's a few places we need to go back to now that we have the Longshot. But we're really making good pace, not much left. Ah, we used to need to use a bow to trigger this. And now we have the whole length of the Longshot. I almost slipped off that, the flowing water. Let's see, I believe the water temple, the water level is currently still at 3 from when we entered the, waterfall room. So I think we're going to need to lower it and then raise it to number 2 for us to reach the eye switch. We saw an eye switch a little bit earlier that opened a locked gate, but it would quickly slam shut before we could swim the gap. But with the Longshot, we should be able to clear that much more easily. Ah, this location is so serene. Whoop. I will admit, it is labyrinthian. If you've been watching the playthrough so far, you know that I already had to backtrack because I missed that little alcove above. And I already had to backtrack for at least one key left. But, I don't know, something about it. It's just so tranquil. Let's see, and while we have the Longshot, let's see. I wonder if we should actually tackle that floor across from us. No, let's do the second floor first. Oh, actually, yeah, I think we have to do the second floor first. Because I think without that, we'll be a key short. But I feel like a place like this, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the 44th gold Skulltula. I hear a Tektite. Better just to get them now. Otherwise, they'll surprise me when I least expect it. I love the little interplay of light. Yes, completely impossible to make that gap without the ease of the Longshot. And then we moved this block earlier. If you haven't pulled it forward to this position, when you try to take this route, you'll have to backtrack in order to pull it forward and then push, and then secondly push it forward here. And a small key. And another tranquil little meditative alcove. There's so many of them hidden in these secret places throughout the temple. Blue Tektite. It's hard to beat on the water. Lure it onto the land. Something fun to note is that dragon statue, like the other ones we've seen, nestles itself into the ground when the water level's lowered. It makes me kind of wonder if it might be carved of something like a volcanic pumice stone, which can be so full of air pockets that they can float on the water. It does have sort of a rough texture. But we don't have many places left to go, so let us go due north. So we could have entered this room earlier, but without the Longshot, there's no way easily to cross this cavern. this room with the Tektites lined up like little soldiers. They make me kind of wonder about, like, spiders that claim territory, like each one has claimed this little patch of water as their spot. Oh, I missed. These rooms seem so bright for having no clear light source. And they're always shining from the water itself, these reflections, dancing around. It's almost like the water itself is luminous, which maybe it is. It is the water temple after all. Now we can see a little alcove there with the spider if we look closely, but no good way for us to reach it. Trying to avoid getting caught by the currents. Oh, but I got dinged by the boulder. You can also walk along parts of the floor with your iron boots, which is one way to tackle this location. So interesting, these twin waterfalls pouring in endless water just to be pulled away. Like, I want to know when someone built this, how, not only how did they build it, but why. And we have some more stingers. Destroy it before it flies into you. Just take our chance to grab some arrows. We see a switch here that raises the water level, but we'll need something to hold it down. And just as like a little subtle clue, we have bombs in a pot, and we have this sort of fabricate. But before we can actually really pull it from this side, everywhere in this temple has been so artfully constructed. There's no way someone would leave mismatching stonework. I've noticed I've been using Deku Nuts more. They were particularly helpful in the fight against Darklink. I think they're very much underappreciated. At least I tend to forget about them. But they're kind of like an interesting connection from from Link all the way back to being raised by the Deku Tree. A little bit of the forest bounty helping him on his quest. And with that, we can access this door over here. I feel like the water temple is very much a test of patience, always. Not in a bad way. It's more of a meditative way. Make sure you're in the right headspace before you continue, so you can appreciate what you see. Or maybe I'm just in a meditative mood, but it feels very timely. Like, even in the section that's set to be rushed through by time, you have to be calculated. You can't just rush past. Oh, and I let the door close on me. This place makes me so mellow. And here we're back in the room with the vortex and the tektites and the waterfalls. But what's something to note, we've seen fast-flowing water before, will carry us on. So I'm just going to start with the boots to make sure I don't get washed past. It's amazing the nooks and crannies these spiders have managed to find. And with that, it looks like we have at least a few gold sculptures left, at least one. Ah, but we haven't rechecked the waterfall room. We saw a gold sculpture earlier in the waterfall room that could not be reached without the Longshot. And here, tucked very deep in the temple, is the key to the boss room. Inside the chamber where the boss lurks. There we go. Oh, wasn't quick enough. And look at that. Only one room left to be explored. Goodbye, tektites. Hookshots are interesting. I just realized most of this temple is laid out in ways that really require a hookshot to navigate. And there have been more than one in Hyrule, because we got the first one from Dampe, the ghost, the gravedigger, and we found a second one enclosed here. So you sort of wonder, are these a more common item that maybe was more common in the past and have now just become rare? Because Dampe, sort of, I guess, I've always thought that he must have found it in when he was doing his graveyard tours, where he digs the ground around the graveyard. So maybe it was, previously one was buried with someone. Like so many other things, I have questions that don't have answers. And now again we raise the water level. I always love the scale of this room. It seems so insurmountable at first. And with that, another gold Skulltula token. And that was the last one of the Water Temple. And sadly, I think it's time that we bring the Water Temple to a close. As much as I enjoy meandering about, I think it's time that we defeated the source of the curse that's freezing Zora's domain. A curse fed by a monster. Oh, come on. There we go. And what do we have here? One last challenge. These don't seem like part of the temple proper. These definitely feel like they're additions by Ganondorf. So tedious. And what's this in this luxurious room? Atlas, look out. That isn't normal water over there. This elegant space with this heavy use of green. These twisting motifs. These spirals. Certainly does not look like normal water. Looks cold, unnaturally cold, where the rest of the water temple feels like the water is probably, like, refreshing? Something is amiss. Giant aquatic amoeba, Morpha. Morpha, master of the water temple. It has absolute control of water. Pull out its nucleus and attack it. Absolute control of water. Look at that. But we've learned the Longshot can pull us to things. It can also pull things to us. Oh, I need to line up. It's easier if you line up the direction that the tentacle is moving with your shot. I think the red is so striking compared to all of the blues and greens of this room. In fact, the whole temple definitely doesn't feel like it's supposed to be here. There we go. And now, the sound of those other tentacles. Oh, come on. The sound is so perfect, so ominous. Oop. That's awfully close. An evil nucleus. The thought of this being some giant anemone is so fun. But like everything else in the temple, it's about being patient. Taking your time, keeping track of your surroundings. It's almost impossible to strike it when it's not within a tentacle. Oh, and just like that. I don't think he snagged me this time. If he grabs you with a tentacle, he constricts you and then hurls you across the space. Just like that, the source of the curse is banished from this place. Up there's the heart container. It's surprisingly easy to leave without it. Got a heart container, collected 6 containers in total. Now, wasn't that a fun fight? We have this elegant room and a kind of a strangely elegant boss, the nucleus. Center of this curse is also the center of an amoeba. What a fun fight. I do think that it really lines up with the other points of this temple. You can't really brute force your way through the fight. You have to know when to take your shot and then go for it. While being aware of your surroundings, watching out for the other tentacles, and knowing that even if you have a shot lined up, sometimes you have to miss that shot in order to dodge the oncoming tentacles. really a nice capstone to the water temple. Chamber of the Sages. Atlas. I would have expected no less from the man I chose to be my husband. Zora's domain and its people will eventually return to their original state. As a reward, I grant my eternal love to you. Well, that's what I want to say, but I don't think I can offer that now. I have to guard the water temple as the Sage of Water. And you're searching for the Princess Zelda. Ha, you can't hide anything from me. Princess Zelda, she's alive. I can sense it. So don't be discouraged. I can tell that nothing will stop you in your quest for justice and peace. You must take this medallion. Take it respectfully. You receive the Water Medallion. Ruto awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. It's sort of... I feel very bittersweet about reuniting with Ruto, because you can tell from her dialogue that she really has been waiting for you to come back. But as soon as you're reunited, she realizes that potentially anything she had planned, anything she had dreamed as a child about your potential meeting again, now needs to be put aside. She needs to be the Sage of Water. She's putting Hyrule and her people first. For meeting her so briefly, there's a lot there. A lot of depth. Ruto awakens as a sage, and she adds her power to yours. If you see Sheik, please give him my thanks, okay? As the water rises, the evil is vanishing from the lake. Atlas, you did it. Did Ruto want to thank me? I see. We have to return peace to Hyrule for her sake too, don't we? Look at that, Atlas. Together, you and Princess Ruto destroyed the evil monster. Once again, the lake is filled with pure water. All is as it was here. Don't go, I have questions. I always have so many questions. Enters the water so gracefully, barely even a splash. She continues to be such a mystery. Now, we read this little plaque before. When water fills the lake, shoot for the morning's light. And just like that, we've struck the sunbeam itself with our arrow. Though I'll note, with Navi reminding me, we potentially could use our friend, the Wandering Scarecrow. to snag the fire arrow before the lake is quite full. But I like to do it now. It feels like a triumphant capstone to the water temple. We've cleared away the clouds, and all is as it should be. Oh, and a fun little note for Sheik's hand. I saw it had like a small amount of bandage over several fingers. I wonder if that is because Sheik is an archer, using that to protect their fingers when they pull back the bowstring. While we're here, we should take our time to explore this really cool tree. This tree is so interesting because it's one of the largest that we see out of the forest itself. And gives us such a nice view. But curiously, has this gash in it, as though a large beast, maybe even something dragon-sized. Like so many things in Hyrule, these things were here before us, and they'll be here long after us. Our story just barely crosses theirs. Well, on that triumphant note, that we have succeeded in conquering the Water Temple, defeating the curse, and now we have obtained the fire arrows. I think that is a good place for us to end this chapter. We certainly are taking dramatic strides in restoring Hyrule to its former state, and I think we're going to continue on this journey in the next chapter. Have a good day now, y'all, and goodbye.